This content is the property of Put It Out There TV, also known as PIOT TV, a property of the House of Yasha Allah El Trust. If you are viewing and or listening to this content on a non-PIOT TV branded platform, then we kindly ask that you stop and flag this content for copyright infringement. Thank you.
Peace and love, everybody. What's going on with you? This is your brother Judah Son for Put It Out There TV. Hashtag PIOT TV. Hashtag Put It Out There. You already know what it is. Peace and love again to y'all. I have missed y'all. I do very much so apologize for being away. It's just, you know, I'm like a commercial business octopus. You know, I'm juggling things and got my hands full, and I tend to lean towards the businesses that are getting the bills paid. So I do apologize. I try to, get to this as much as possible, but we get into it today. So as you can see, this video is titled something along the lines dealing with Moors being kings of conjectures, Moorish conjecture, Jaheim, the famous R&B singer, and Nick Cannon. And we may not address those subject matters in any particular order as we go along. Before we get started, first of all, let me make sure I give a shout out to my businesses. Y'all make sure y'all stop and check out the Moor's T-shirt Emporium. All right, we got fly T-shirts just about for everybody, man. This is another business that I started a few years ago that I wasn't really pushing that much. We got a bunch of product on the web store at the Moor's Marketplace in more.com/vendor/the Moor's T-shirt Emporium. All you got to do is Google the Moor's T-shirt Emporium. You're going to find us. Also, make sure you get over to Facebook and any of the other social medias. Follow us on Put It Out There TV. Make sure you also follow the Moor's Marketplace and Moor, which is an e-commerce platform for independent Moorish vendors. All right, so let's get into it. So we're going to talk about this conjecture. Last time I did a video and I was asking a question on whether or not Moors have become masters, kings of conjecture. And what is conjecture? Let's make sure we get to that first. So conjecture is an inference formed without proof or sufficient evidence. Now, one of the examples of conjecture that I gave you guys was an image with the world boxing champion, or he was a world boxing champion. He's still a champion to me. He's still a champion to me. Mike Tyson, right? There was an image of Mike Tyson holding up the Kingdom of Morocco flag with a Kingdom of Morocco national, right? And what happens is I had been seeing that image along with the image of Usher, the famous R&B singer as well. I had been seeing that image and another image of Usher holding up the Kingdom of Morocco flag. And what happened is Moors all over the internet, all over social media, started using that image to infer that Usher knew that he was a Moor, right? They used the image of Mike Tyson holding the Kingdom of Morocco flag to infer that Mike Tyson is saying he knows he's a Moor. Now, for all I know, these brothers may know that they're Moors, or they may have come across information about Moors, and I'm sure Mike Tyson has, with him being from New York, from Brooklyn. I'm sure he's come across the information about Hebrew Israelites, Moors, and all of this stuff. I never said anything like that. I didn't say he didn't know anything about Moors. I just said that he didn't identify in the public with being a Moor. All right? And by using that image, without actually hearing Mike Tyson proclaim it out of his mouth publicly several times, it's conjecture. It's not It's conjecture. It has not been proven. It's just a conclusion deduced by surmise or guesswork. That's all it is. That's what conjecture is, and that's what that image of Mike Tyson is. All right? So, sticking with Mike Tyson, but moving on to the famous R&B singer Jaheim, right? Excuse me. I had been seeing this post going around, and I don't know why Moors make shit so difficult. Moors always make shit so damn difficult, right? Let me tell you why. So I seen this post going around on Facebook, and it was with Jaheim, same gentleman we're looking at on the screen here, and it was with Jaheim making references to himself being a Moor. Now, me, I've been in this for some time. You know, it's going on about 14 years since I've been in this Moorish stuff, right? And you see a lot in this when you're in here. You see people come in here real strong, not stick with it and then leave it. And they come back and then they leave again and stay away. You see people make claims that they're the sovereign bloodline descendant of Muhammad or bloodline descendant of Noble Drew Ali. You see people say that they have their own nations and governments established. I mean, you see all types of stuff. But one thing that I have seen since memes have become a thing online is where Moors use images and words next to these images with no scholarly sources to support it, nothing to back it up. And I've come to call it Moorish memeology. So when I started seeing this screenshot, because it was a screenshot of this post of Jaheim's from his public Facebook page, it was bothering me. Why? Because it was screenshotted. Several times I've seen screenshots shared by Moors, and I've gone to the social media profile of where this is supposed to have come from. Or I even followed this person who they say have said this, and I have never seen this. And when I go back into time, I can't find it. I can't find the post on their social media platform. Now, Jaheim is a whole total different story. Just in case I don't make it home tonight, let's scroll down here. I had to come to Jaheim's Facebook page, and I was looking because I seen a check next to his name they were using. I'm thinking maybe it's Twitter, and I couldn't find him on there. I couldn't find that, but I found him on Facebook. Facebook.com/official Jaheim, I believe, is the link. Let me see here. Yeah. Official Jaheim. Look at this. This will give it away to anybody that's a Moor. Breakfast on my cousin Ray Al. That's a Moorish title, right? A little bit of conjecture. Or is it? Ooh. Look at this headdress right here. Of course, it's not like these $5 turban pullovers that we see some of these backsliding celebrities who pretended that they was down with this but really wasn't, right? Look at this. Copper is king. Black is a misnomer. What? Black is a misnomer? Huh? Those are terms that are used by Moors. Wait a minute. Peace. Islam. Look at that. With the Moorish headdress on. Turban, head wrap, right? Okay, here we go again. 20 years. A slave, I've been in the field. Time Warner, Brothers, Atlantic Records, Primary Wave, BMG, all entities. You have been holding my money too long. No more. Look at that. There goes the Moorish flag, MOOR. Me and my people are coming for the bag, and I want mines in gold. You are about to all be evicted from my land. Peace, Moors rising. See, that's not conjecture right there. That's far from the BS that Moors have been doing. And I'm not attacking Moors. I'm a Moor. This is the whole thing. It's just that if we're going to be presenting information to our people, we need to be presenting the information with scholarly sources. No more screenshotting books talking about Moors, but we can't have a link to the book. You'll screenshot the image out of the book from somewhere online, but you won't give us the link. You don't know the name of the book. Shit like this. No more posting images of people who are holding the Moorish flag up, right? Then a Moor makes a meme out of it and says, well, Mike Tyson knows that what's going on. He's a Moor. But on the public record, he's saying he's a black. They're not doing like Jaheim is doing. They're not coming out on the public record and saying that they're Moors. They're not coming out on the public record accusing the corporations of stealing from them. All right. They're not talking about he's not talking about he's black. Right. That's not conjecture right there. I'll go on further to say, if these, excuse me, I got to burn out all the gas in this torch before I could refill it. So I'm using it till it's gone. Now, if these celebrities that all this conjecturing is going on around truly in fact know that they are Moors, and they are not coming out on the public record and saying it to help our people remove themselves from that deadly badge of slavery, that curse that causes so many things in the plane of, so many negative things in the plane of flesh for us, right? If they are not saying anything about this and they know they're Moors, these niggas are fucking sellouts. Sellouts. It's just as simple as that. I'm not about to sit here and keep watching Moors make these excuses and play these games and conjecture around these celebrated people, these celebrities who are allegedly knowing that they're Moors, but they come out into the public arena and still talk that black shit. These niggas, if they know that they're Moors and they're still talking like that on the public record with the platform that they have, these niggas are sellouts. Now, let's go on and keep in connection with Mike Tyson, brother Jaheim L. I don't know what he is, Jaheim Bey. I'm going to have to look into the brother and find out. But he's a Moor. It's obvious. Jaheim is a Moor. This is obvious. Look at this. Shield of David. It's a Moorish symbol. All right. The brother is a Moor. Okay. He's saying Moorish stuff. All right. It's just as simple as that. The brother's been studying. He's true to this. He's come out on the public record and clearly stated it. Look at this. Don't follow fake accounts on Jaheim's behalf without prejudice. UCC 1-308. Whoa. Somebody is studying. Somebody has been studying. Look at this. Speaking of Mike Tyson. Look at that. Jaheim is a Moor. I didn't even know. I mean, of course, I knew he was a Moor, but I'm talking about an activated Moor, stating it on the public record, not buying books from Moors, taking pictures with Moors, getting on the Breakfast Club saying, I'm exercising my Moorish sovereignty with this $5 ass pullover turban that I bought from Family Dollar. but then get on the public record and say that I'm black. Like who? Like Nick Cannon. I'm gonna move into Nick Cannon, but keep it all connected. See, I've been watching Nick Cannon, and I know some Moors aren't going to like this, but I've been watching Nick Cannon for the last 5 to 7 years pretend to be me. You know how in the streets they got the real gangsters, right? And they got the gangster rapper that's really just a studio gangster, not really a gangster, never put in any work in the street at all, not about that life, not whatsoever at all. And the street dude, the real life gangster is like, these niggas is rapping my lifestyle. This nigga's not even real like I know him. Like CB4 type shit. That's how it is for me as a Moor who's been living this. When I found out I was a Moor, I didn't go out back onto the public record and say that I was black. Didn't do it. I don't do it. I won't do it. I can't do it. Take that. Take that. I won't stop. Give me a second here. For the last 5 to 7 years, I've been watching Nick Cannon pretend to be me. I've seen him in images with Moors. I've seen him purchase books from Moors, or I've seen him in images with books that he's purchased from Moors, or maybe it was put in front of us to look like he's purchased. But I assume this was the fact because after these pictures come out, then I see him on the Breakfast Club and he has the same $5 pullover turban that doesn't wrap. And he's saying he's exercising his Moorish sovereignty. Move on to this interview with Brother Professor Griff. And I'm listening to Nick Cannon because I'm watching him for the last 5 to 7 years posture for the conscious community with his bullshit. Fronting like he's me. Like he knows what he's talking about with this Moorish stuff or with the Hebrew stuff. So I'm watching this interview and it's obvious that Nick doesn't know fully what the fuck he is talking about. Not even enough to interview that man and you give all that lip service and not let that man come onto the show and do what he's known for doing. Professor Griff could have went on there and took all those shots for Nick Cannon. But see, just like these politicians do when they're trying to get the black vote, you know, they keep their hot sauce in their bag on some Hillary Clinton type shit on the Breakfast Club, right? These celebrity niggas that's really not in the know all like that. They got a little bit of baby information. Pretending to be us out here, not studying, getting on the public record. Having to eat their words after everything that they said. This is why I can't fully get behind what Nick was saying, whether I feel it was factual or not, because I'm listening to him literally regurgitate stuff from other people. Nothing that he's actually studied. And his regurgitation is so terrible because his memory is bad. He can't use the right terminology. My thing is like, wow, brother, you say you're exercising your Moorish sovereignty. You haven't been studying any literature. It's still the white man. It's still the black man. Like, is that what's going on? He wasn't qualified to speak, in my honest opinion, if you want to know what I think about Nick Cannon. And I know it's late. But I finally want to say something about this in this particular format because I voiced this opinion in the form of a text status on my Facebook page. Nick Cannon put his foot in his mouth because he was never fully studied on this stuff. And he's been trying to pander to the conscious community this whole time. You're studying your Moorish sovereignty, but you come back out on the public record, you're a black man. You're not speaking about principles of nationality, law, government, commerce, none of that whatsoever at all. But a $5 turban from fucking Family Dollar, Dollar General is you exercising your Moorish sovereignty. I think the hell not. I don't feel sorry for Nick. One, because he should have known his place. You are in a mainstream media format. And though you had us fooled this whole time, making us think that you owned Wild 'N Out, you should have known. You knew you wasn't the boss. And this is our people's problem. It's regular Joe Schmoes that look just like y'all that have put years, hours, days, months, years into studying these subject matters that these famous Negroes can come out and peddle just a little bit of the jargon to sound like they know what they're talking about, and y'all just fall at their feet. Meanwhile, you want to fight with us when we telling you this stuff, and these niggas is selling you out. Nick Cannon, in my opinion, fucking sellout. Period. Because you not sit here and study the Moors, talking about your Moorish sovereignty, you and your Moorish stuff now, but you still pushing this black curse out here. Cannon's class. I haven't heard nothing about no free national principles. Cannon's class. Which leads me back to Brother Jaheim before I get out of here. Brother Jaheim done been robbed by the European, the corporate colonizer. He has nothing to lose. This brother got over 1.5 million followers on Facebook. Probably even more on Instagram. Probably even more on Twitter. Came right out on the public record and stated it. We are not black. Black is a misnomer. Copper is king. He's talking about the copper-colored Aboriginal Americans that were here when the Europeans came. That's what he's saying. But these other famous dudes with this conjecture and shit, show me something where they coming out on a record and they saying that. Show me something where they saying that they Moors and then don't go back out on another public platform and say that they're black and talk about black stuff. This is your brother Judas Son for Put It Out There TV. Hashtag PIOT TV. Hashtag Put It Out There. Appreciate you allowing me to take up so much of your very valuable time. Depending on where you may be viewing and or listening to this at, please make sure that you like, share, follow, subscribe. I'll be back at you. 1.